Proper relationships are the missing piece in your puzzle to achieving true happiness. I'll explain you why in this video, so you can overcome loneliness and live an enjoyable life. Firstly, you need to understand that if someone wants to be truly happy, they need to live according to their own nature. Because all animals in the world were assigned specific behaviors that make them feel happy and complete. For example, a bee will only feel happiness and fulfillment if she protects her beehive. Nature assigned her that duty from the moment she was born. A dog will feel happiness whenever he goes out for a walk, because, after all, he is a domesticated wolf, and wolves are meant to be in the wild. We humans are also animals, so the same thing applies. We will achieve true happiness if we live according to the way that we are supposed to be, since nature decided those are the specific behaviors that will make us feel joy. But why? Because the feeling of happiness will condition us to survive and reproduce, and that's nature's ultimate goal for every living creature. Our human nature is the best hint that we have about what is the meaning of our lives. If we look at how nature designed us to be, we can discover how to achieve a truly happy state. But how can we do it? We need to look at our ancestors and understand what they were doing, so we can unfold the truth about the laws of human nature. You may think this is completely stupid, because you don't want to become a smelly caveman. However, trust the process. Looking at our ancestors will make us understand how nature truly wanted humans to live, since we lost that through years of evolution. So, just after thinking for a few moments, we can draw the conclusion that humans are social creatures. We have always lived in tribes or other types of communities, so that gives us the hint that we were made to live in an environment of mutual help. We can also conclude that our sense of belonging to a tribe was mandatory to our survival, since each one of us had a specific function within the community. However, if you understand human psychology and evolution, you also understand that our subconscious instincts haven't evolved much from that time. So, to this day, our need to have meaningful friendships and to feel like we belong to a tribe of people who like us is hardwired in our brains as a non-negotiable aspect of our survival. Therefore, having meaningful relationships is something that can't be ignored. It's a huge part of our human nature, and it's mandatory for our mind's well-being. Having a strong social circle of trustworthy people who are there to help you is something crucial for our species' happiness. And if you believe in science and you want even more proof, then I just want to tell you that we have a hormone in our body called oxytocin that increases every time we bond with another human being. And countless studies have found that high levels of this hormone lead to reduced stress and anxiety and improved happiness. Now that you already understand the importance of proper relationships, we can discuss the second step of this framework, understanding how can we take full advantage of this aspect of human nature. And just a quick disclaimer, our human nature applies to all of us to some extent, regardless of whether you are introverted or extroverted. Either way, you need to cultivate trustworthy friendships, even though you might be quite shy and insecure, or someone that is confident but often doesn't create deep friendships with no one. You have to work on building meaningful bonds with people. But how can you do it? It's all about kindness, compassion, and showing interest in the other person's life. It's simple. Just look at how everyone behaves with their friends nowadays, and do the complete opposite of that. If you follow that advice, you will stand out from the crowd and build proper friendships. For example, instead of making fun of your friends and lowering their self-esteem, give them genuine compliments on something you like about them and encourage them into achieving their goals. They will deeply value that compliment because nowadays it's rare to receive one. People prefer to criticize and make fun of each other. If you need to criticize your friend for something he did, don't do it in front of other people, otherwise they'll start laughing and he will feel humiliated. Instead, talk to him in private. Show that you deeply care about the other person and try and spend some quality time together doing some fun and common activities, like going for a hike on a small mountain and having a picnic on the top, or walking through some forest while giving food to birds and taking pictures of them, something of that kind. Another tip I can give you is just to try and fake that you are a wholesome, happy person, and people will pick up on your energy and act that way as well. Then, when you realize that you made them happy, you'll start feeling a genuine energy of happiness and wholesomeness. If you only have pessimistic friends, I advise you not to build deep relationships with them, since you are the average of the 5 people you spend more time with. As you probably already know, the quality of your life is dictated by the quality of your thoughts, and pessimistic people will make you start having the same negative, self-critical thoughts as they have, which is the perfect formula for a life full of failures, sadness, and regrets. Instead, try and attract positive people into your life. But how can someone attract those people? By being a positive person yourself. Even if you are quite negative because of your mental health problems, you can do as I said and fake that you are positive, and after some time you will feel a spark of positivity into your life. That happens because emotions influence actions, and actions also influence emotions. If you act as a happy person for long enough, then being positive will start to be your main neutral emotion. If you behave as a happy person by being kind to others or by making your friends laugh, you'll start to feel genuinely happy about yourself. The next problem you may have is social anxiety, and if that's the case, I have a simple solution for you. Imagine that you wanted to learn how to ride a bicycle. What you will do? You'll start by riding a bicycle with training wheels for a long time, right? And then, after you mastered it, you will take off the training wheels and start to learn how to cycle the bicycle. After learning how to cycle, you will learn how to move the bicycle steering wheel and how to actually take turns while riding it. And now, you finally learn how to ride a bicycle. And we aren't just talking about bicycles, that applies to every area of your life. If you don't know how to do something, you just need to start by the smallest step to learning it, and work your way up until you achieve your ultimate goal. So, the same applies to social anxiety. If someone gets nervous all the time, they need to expose themselves to uncomfortable situations until they start getting used to those scenarios. If someone has a lot of social anxiety when talking with a group of friends, they need to slowly work their way up. For example, start only by texting individually each one of the members of the friend group. That way, you'll create intimacy with each one of them. Then, after you get used to that, go ahead and talk with each one of them individually in real life. Just a small chat about something you both did, or some doubt you have, or just a simple good morning. The thing is, you actually do it. And after you talk with each one of those friends individually and created a good connection, made them laugh and learned more about them, you are ready to make all of them laugh in a social group setting and to be a positive spark of joy in their lives. Suddenly, your anxiety when talking to them went completely away, and now you feel more confident than ever, and you also feel able to talk with other people who you don't know quite well. The only way to fight social anxiety and overthinking is by improving your mental health and getting into social situations so you start feeling comfortable in those scenarios. You just have to progressively overload it. Don't jump from not talking with anyone to going to a party, otherwise your mental health might worsen as a result of that. Instead, go ahead and slowly start to talk with more of the people in your social circle. Once you feel comfortable with that, start talking with strangers who you are supposed to talk with, like saying good morning to the bus driver and asking him for directions, or talking to some janitors in your school so you can work on your social skills. Then, you keep going until you feel confident. If you want more motivation, then just Google Thomas Shelby and see some videos of him on YouTube or Google. That way, that's what you look like if you become a dark, confident introvert by doing the practical steps that I just gave you. Then you just have to keep going until you feel completely confident and you can talk to any stranger you want. And if you want another video about anxiety from a small YouTuber like me, then it will appear in the cards up there, so you can see it. And all of the practical tools that I just gave you are way more effective than having anxiety and then just isolating yourself in your room. That's like wanting to learn how to ride a bicycle, but not ever trying to actually ride it, and then having hopes that all of a sudden you will magically learn it. I hope I could help you in any way. If you are interested in getting one-on-one coaching calls with me, then the first link in the description will direct you to my site. If you enjoyed my content, consider subscribing and liking the video, so YouTube recommends you more of them. And by the way, click and watch the next video. Goodbye, click the top link in the description for my one-on-one coaching calls. Peace.